Heyo, and welcome to my first video. This is just me dying in Skywars and telling stories from work. Since it's my first video, no one is subscribed, so if you do enjoy, please consider subscribing. Thank you. Okay. So I've worked like 4 jobs in my life. I've been working like minimum wage since I was 16. I'm about 18 now. So, first place I worked at, fast food at a Edo Japan, which I think is only a Canadian thing. I don't know if America has Edo, to be honest. So I worked, oh gosh, oh I'm gonna die. This is just gonna be me dying and trying to tell stories. So I worked fast food, cashier. Usually it's not that bad. It's super tiring working and like talking for 8 hours straight. Usually, like, I've heard like stupid stuff from friends who've worked at McDonald's, like they've gotten things thrown at them. I've never had anything thrown at me or any customers like yell at me or anything like that. I've had a customer swear at me once. What is that? But it wasn't directly at me. The only time I've had a customer swear at me was when I asked like how many scoops of teriyaki sauce do you want on your meal, because I have to ask that with every single customer, and they just replied with a shit ton or a fuck ton or something like that. And I was so taken aback. I was just like, that's not a number. Can I have a number? Like, I can't write that on the bill. So that's like the only time customers ever sworn at me was because they were just really excited about their food. Like super excited. I had a customer that was just like really excited about mushrooms. And he told me he would like yell if there wasn't more than 12 mushrooms on his meal. Please, I just want a kill. You witness a lot of weird stuff as a cashier as well, because part of your job is to overlook the dining area. But yeah, you witness a lot of weird stuff as a minimum wage employee. I witnessed a little girl down an entire thing of soy sauce once. Like, I look over at this table and it's a bunch of kids and they all like look at each other, and then this one girl like just tips the soy sauce straight into her mouth and then she goes running off to the bathroom, and it was the funniest thing. I don't think she drank that much. It was enough that, like, you know when you drink vanilla for the first time and you're not like expecting it? It wasn't enough that like she downed the entire bottle. No, gosh. Because they come out really slow in the bottle anyway. But it was just hilarious to see her just like do a shot and then just run straight to the bathroom. I once also witnessed... So one day, I was sitting at my little cash desk, observing... Okay, no, I don't want to say that. I was gonna say, like, observing customers eat, but that's weird. That's not the way I want to phrase that. But I have to, like, watch the customers to see, like, if any of them leaves, right? That I, like, know to say thanks and to go over and clean the table after they're done. So I'm watching this one couple that comes in. They order whatever, sit down, eat their food. The dude goes into the bathroom. It's a guy and a girl, the couple. I'm assuming. The dude goes into the bathroom. I'm like, okay, whatever. There's someone in the bathroom now. About 15 minutes pass. The girl goes into the bathroom. I'm like, okay. No one's at their table. Whatever. Half an hour passes? Neither of them are back from the bathroom. And I see another person go and use the bathroom. So I know that there's an empty bathroom, and 2 people have been in the bathroom for half an hour. And I'm just like, I am 16 years old and I work here part-time and do not get paid enough for this. So I go to my boss and I'm like, so there's 2 people that haven't come back from the bathroom in like a while. What do I do? fall off the edge, I guess. And he's just like, oh, I'll handle it. So he's probably at least like 6 feet tall, my boss. Big dude. He goes and like knocks on the bathroom, and a couple minutes later the dude returns from the bathroom, and then a minute later from that the girl returns to the bathroom, and they pick up their stuff and they leave. You can infer whatever you want from that story, but that made me uncomfortable in my place of business. Why fucking Anito bathroom, though? Yeah, that's my... But yeah, at the time I was like... I was mostly just confused, because I'm like, why? But yeah, customers are really confusing sometimes. The last work story I have from my time at Ito is... The store is called Ito Japan, right? It's Japanese food. There's the word Japan on the giant sign out front. The amount of times I have had to tell people that we do not sell Chinese food is astounding. Like, I don't know where you get the idea that Ito Japan is gonna have, like, sweet and sour pork. But people come in and they ask. And there's like a Panda Express near as well. Like, why don't just go to the Panda Express? But my favorite was when a mom and like her younger son came in, and the mom asked like, oh, what do you want to eat? And what's really funny is, and I can remember this about being a kid, I was terrified to order, so I just like tell my parents what to order. But upon, like, working, you can hear what the kid's saying. Like, the kid telling their parent what they want to order is basically just, like, I know what you're ordering, I can type it in. It's kind of funny. So this kid tells his mom, like, I want the what does he call it? Like, the chow mein noodles. Oh. And so his mom's like, he'll take the kid's meal with the chow mein noodles. And so I'm like, the ramen noodles? And she's like, no, the chow mein ones. And I'm like, we don't have chow mein noodles, they're called ramen noodles. And she's like, no, my son says they're chow mein noodles, so they're chow mein noodles. I'm like, okay, I work here, they're ramen noodles. Like, I get that your 8-year-old thinks that they're chow mein noodles, but I work here. There was a customer that came in. This wasn't at Ito, this was more recently. I worked at a Bath and Body Works for a couple of months as just like seasonal. And to preface this, I live in Canada. Again, this is important. So I live in Canada as a cashier at Bath and Body Works. There was a customer that came in, and I was ringing up their soap or whatever. Let me just say, soap is way too expensive. Holy cow. I witnessed some people's orders go up to like 100. I had never seen that. They just bought like 4 things of soap. It's stupid. I buy all my soap from the dollar store. Anyway, there's this customer, and she, on her mask, because wear your mask, everyone, on her mask was a bedazzled, just the word Trump across the whole thing. And I'm like, can I refuse to serve people? I don't know if I can. But I really wanted to. But I didn't, and so as she's like paying or whatever, I'm just like behind my mask just like whispering like, what the fuck? Because who in the world, who... This is also like right before the election. But like, it doesn't matter because we're in Canada. Why do you have Trump embroidered on your mask? It's so stupid. I hated every bit of that small interaction. Finding a job is difficult, but if you can, don't go with a big company. They just suck. Because I got an email once from them that was just like, we value you so much as an employee. You're allowed to wear a black shirt one day. I was like, wow, thank you. And they gave our store like a certain amount of money to buy water. And they're like, because we love you as employees, we're going to give you water so that you can survive. I'm like, wow, thank you. I feel appreciated. And then they dropped me as soon as COVID hit, but whatever. Somewhere along the line, the quote, "Man, I wish voter fraud was legal," got branded to me. And the explanation to that is the second job I ever worked. Because it's ironic. I worked for the government for like 2 days. For the election, I worked at the ballot booth, like handing people's ballots to them, making sure that they could legally vote, right? It was kind of fun. It was like 14 hours straight of work, but it was a lot of fun. Kind of. It was mostly boring. But yeah, you literally just, you look at people's IDs, you hand them a ballot. Well, you have to like match their ID to like a name that's on a list to make sure they're at the right ballot box. There's a lot that actually goes into voting. And me being very into like social, because I think it's important to know how your country works, right? And to be informed. It was a very cool experience for me to be a part of the voting process in that way. Because now I know how like votes are counted. I also counted up all the votes at the end of the day. Woo. Where are you going? What are you doing? What are you up to? But also at the time, I was only 17 and could not legally vote. I wanted to vote so bad. I don't know why. I'm still... But I just really wanted... I really want to vote. That was technically my second job. There's not a lot of stories from that. Voting is a fairly simple procedure in Canada. There's not 3-hour lines. Max, I think people waited half an hour. And that was when it was like really busy, like right after 5 when people start getting off of work. That's the context to, man, I wish voter fraud was legal. Because also, you know, like when you have intrusive thoughts that you know you're not going to act on, but you're like, because it's like, technically, it'd be really easy to commit voter fraud when you're the one that's handling the ballots. I didn't commit voter fraud. Okay? We're gonna make that clear. But I did not commit voter fraud. I'm not going to commit voter fraud. I'm digging myself into a hole. I should stop talking about voter fraud. Anyway, if I was to go to jail, it'd probably be for voter fraud. If there would be one thing, realistically, that I'd go to jail for, it'd be voter fraud.